Seconds completely autonomous, pre-programmed as always. 10-0-0-1-21. Golden Catholic, Golden Gears working hardly on their side of the lines to deliver coral to their reef station, successfully delivering one into the trough, worth an additional 1 point during the autonomous period for a total of 3. Most teams able to cross that black taped line, getting points for movement alone, only available during the autonomous period. Score is currently 15-5 in favor of your Blue Alliance. The remaining 2 minutes and 15 seconds, all tele-operated and able to change that. Teams maneuvering their robots that their team built over the last 7 weeks. 1720 Fixed Gears, a community-based team from Matthews, Indiana, trying to reduce their cycle times. That's the time from picking up a game piece to delivering it somewhere in a scoring mechanism. Teams can score either on the reef if it's coral, or in the barge or algae, and the processor if it's algae. Algae are those spherical teal objects that you see floating around the field. Only a limited amount of those available. Teams, however, can get additional coral out of their human player station. 5188 Classified Robotics. They're from Terre Haute, Indiana, continuing to maneuver around the field. They've already ditched one algae out of their coral station, opening up additional game piece placing opportunities for their alliance. 6498 getting bonked on the head from one of their algae that was dispensed off of a previous robot. Teams continue to work hard, scoring alliance points. Score is currently 35-28 in favor of your Blue Alliance. Only a 7-point difference. That's only a 2 to 3 algae depending on where you place it in the coral reef. 6956 Shamrock Robotics has an emoji in their name, which is pretty cool. They're successfully removing algae from their coral reef, providing additional scoring opportunities, and potentially going to take that over to the processor to get some points for their alliance. Taking a look on the Blue Alliance side of the field, 6498 Castle Robotics doing the same, proudly placing and maneuvering their algae and potentially going for our first score in the barge for this match. Only 35 seconds remain, so teams will have to start thinking about their end game strategy in just a few moments. Team 1720 Fixed Gears proudly maneuvering around and placing a coral on their coral reef, trying to get just a sneaky couple more points before we enter the end game period. We heard that sonar blip, so teams will start making their way over to the cages. The longer the chain, the more points they'll gain. All the teams almost going for all those deep cages. 6498 Castle Robotics looking to do those. Could be 12 points for their alliance if they're elevated off the ground. Fixed Gear 1720 already doing so. They have to stay that way for the remainder of their match. Team 10-0-21 trying to sneak in a couple more points. That's all we have for qualification match 15 here. The finish hosted by Andy Mark. Stick tight for those scores. 20 points difference there, mostly in the coral. Blue Alliance walking away with 4 ranking points, 3 for winning the match and 1 for their hard work in autonomous. We'll return for more robotics after lunch. We'll have a match at 2:30, so make sure to be back in your seats around 2:20 after lunch. Enjoy.